People who are homeless in Toronto are currently up against overcrowded shelters and services struggling to help everyone. Today, the city outlined its latest winter shelter plan. Now, the last update was in October and was harshly criticized by homeless advocates. The CBC's Megan Fitzpatrick has the details.
The city announced a plan back in October for its winter shelter program, and at that time announcing that its plans for opening warming centers and respite centers. There was some criticism of that plan, saying it wasn't going to go far enough. And today the city did announce some adjustments and some additions to that plan, announcing that in partnership with Covenant House, another 24-hour respite center would open specifically for youth experiencing homelessness. It will have about 30 spots available in it. Also announcing that the Better Living Center will open at Exhibition Place as another new respite center that will operate throughout the winter, and that will have about 240 spots available in it. The city also announcing that it will extend some of the hours of its existing drop-in centers this winter. Now, city officials here saying that the shelter system in the city is stretched, remains full. They often have to turn people away who are seeking shelter every night in the city. Close to 10,000 people are being given shelter through the city's shelter programs and in partnership with the Red Cross. City officials saying close to 50% of the people using shelters on a nightly basis are refugee claimants. This has been a growing trend in Toronto in recent months. And the City of Toronto is calling on the federal government to pay its share of providing shelter for these refugee claimants. They say immigration is a federal jurisdiction. It is not a municipal one, yet Toronto taxpayers have been footing the bill for these shelter spaces. Recently, the provincial government announced some funding, but it is contingent on the federal government matching that funding. So city officials here today saying the federal government needs to step up and pay the bill.
With the federal government missing in action, I think we're really recognizing the peril that people are in this winter. Nobody wants to see a person arriving from abroad in a sundress, wearing flip-flops and facing a winter in Toronto. It's really crucial that the federal government pays its bill. There's a $200 million bill due this year. IOUs are not accepted anymore.
Toronto's looking for $200 million to be reimbursed that amount for 2023, what it has spent so far on providing shelter for these refugee claimants. And they're projecting the cost to be about $250 million for 2024. Today, they also made a call on Ottawa to extend the Canada Housing Benefit. They say the money that has flowed to Toronto through that benefit has been very helpful, helping people pay for rent who are experiencing homelessness, so getting them out of the shelter system. That opens up space in the shelter system, relieves pressure on the system, and provides housing for people who need it. Toronto officials saying the funding they have for that program is due to run out soon, and they're calling on Ottawa to extend it. City officials here saying they are working hard on their end to help convince Ottawa to send more money to the city, and they remain hopeful that that will be a successful effort. Megan Fitzpatrick, CBC News, Toronto.